Hey guys, this is Zemrax bringing you the top 10 underrated champions for the game League of Legends. Kicking us off with number 10 is Zyra. Zyra is rarely seen these days due to changes in the meta, but she's still a very viable pick. She works well in most team comps, has strong CC and harass, also her seed grants vision. Unfortunately, she suffers at the hands of highly mobile champions, making it a difficult matchup against common picks today. Number 9 is going to be Skarner. Skarner has to be one of the funnest junglers in the game, with his ultimate impale. It allows for some very funny and unique plays. Skarner is a great pickup when you need someone tanky, because his base stats allow for some solid damage mitigation regardless of his build. And he's a great pickup against melee comps. So Skarner suffers from poor mana control and objective control. Number 8 is Poppy. Now I'm shocked Poppy has such a low play rate. She has insane burst damage and is highly mobile. Poppy's ultimate in itself is highly underrated, having the ability to focus targets and start teamfights with little risk. Poppy, being a little girl, tends to get bullied around in lane and is also very item dependent. Number 7 is Anivia. Anivia has good survivability, good burst damage, and a crazy passive that grants you another life if not destroyed. Her wall allows for some great teamfight plays as she's able to catch players out fairly easily. Anivia is also an amazing farmer. She is not the easiest champion to play and is also mana dependent, so if you're willing to practice and learn some great builds, you can see how dangerous this champion really is. Number 6 is Vladimir. Vlad is a very unique champion who's built around using his own health to cast spells. Vlad has high sustainability, high scaling, and damage mitigation, as well as being a good tank. The downside is Vlad lacks hard CC and no solid burst damage outside of his ultimate. And he's also a victim to low range on his spells, which can hurt in some matchups. Number 5 is Galio. Galio is an amazing bruiser and one punishing tank. Galio has good burst damage, good mobility, CC, and does fairly well at pushing lanes. Galio is mana dependent, has a melee attack range, and can have his ultimate interrupted. Number 4 is Victor. Victor has everything a mid laner would want: good range, good damage, and CC, plus deadly skill shots. Victor, however, lacks mana, so grabbing a blue buff and building smart is essential. Victor is also a victim of being able to be burst down quite easily. Number 3 is Rumble, my favorite Yordle, a champion who doesn't need mana, deals AoE damage, bullies and harasses lanes, and has a deadly ultimate in teamfights that synergizes so well with most champions. However, Rumble does take some skill to practice in order to balance your heat, since silencing yourself in the wrong time can be deadly. Rumble also lacks hard CC, so it's essential to land your Electra Harpoon. Number 2 is Zac. Zac has seen some love after recent changes, but for the longest time people overlooked him and some still do. Zac is an amazing tank with good sustain, gap closing abilities, and his E allows you to bypass wards for some amazing ganks. Zac excels at being disruptive and comes equipped with amazing passive. Zac's only con is his item dependency, and a friendly tip out there to anyone interested, I highly recommend him as a top laner as well as a jungler. For my honorable mention this week, I decided to pick Urgot. Now, Urgot is the forgotten champion, and it's quite sad to see him so underplayed and underrated. Urgot is an amazing lane bully who comes equipped with long-range poke, however he does lack late-game presence and has no escapes. The biggest flaw is his ultimate is easily countered. For number 1, I picked Swain. This might come as a surprise since a lot of people are already familiar with Swain's capabilities, but those who aren't, Swain is an absolute beast in the mid lane, coming equipped with strong CC, sustain, and great damage. Nothing tops it off like being a tanky mage. The only downside of Swain is he has bad wave clearing, and his dependency on Zhonya's means for the early game, you're going to have to play very passive. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like up this video if you found it useful, and drop me a comment if you disagree or have any suggestions for yourself for underrated champions. And if you guys are interested in more videos like this, be sure to subscribe.